Yeah, big welcome to you, Scorpio. The sun in Leo, highlighting the moon in your sign. This combination, of course, exists only once a year. And so to look today into the tarot cards and to see what is this combination doing to you, what can come up in your conscious, what can come up in your subconscious. And that's really not speaking about predicting the future or looking into the past. It's about what is this combination doing to me? What can this combination help me to see that I maybe have difficulty to look at? What, because we are conditioned to see only a certain world. Sometimes it's even said that all you need is 12 friends from all the different zodiac signs so that you understand these different ways of acting, right? A Leo is completely different. Leo is fire and you are a complete water sign. So here are the two cards, the yoga positions that I painted. I am in the midst of painting this one completely new. I didn't have time from the last time because I had just a lot of other paintings to finish first, but I'm about to start this one new. So have a look into the Leo. This is the new card, right, that I'm painting right now, and that's how I think I want to keep it. Here we have the crossing of spirit to matter, time and space, and behind it the number 8 of the infinite, Leo, the card that says when I inhale I also have to again exhale and let go. The sun, the hair behind from Leo, and of course the passion, the sexuality rising from Kundalini, rising from the base of the spine through the heart up into, right, sticking the tongue out, releasing, letting go, opening. Here it goes to Cancer and here it goes to Virgo. So the sun is highlighting you. This is the old card. The sun highlighting this energy, which is moon in Scorpio, moon, the subconscious, Scorpio connected to Pluto, also the subconscious, deep diving, deep looking, deep transformation, understanding though that you rise like a phoenix once you let go, right? When we let go, something unexpected happens to us. A new world is coming and growing out of you like the phoenix rising. Both of these signs are fixed signs, right? Here, of course, the lion's breath. We inhale and we stick the tongue out and we release. And here, Scorpio, one of the very difficult positions in yoga, releasing the control of your head, of the ego, and allowing the feet to see, allowing the feet to become the ones that know where to go, right? Our subconscious knows. Sometimes, of course, we're conditioned in the subconscious, but mostly we have a very healthy background here in our subconscious. So when we allow our feet to take over, they know exactly where to go, and releasing the head, releasing the ego is quite a difficult thing to do. Then, of course, you are connected to the water element. Your planet is Pluto, the judge. Pluto is a judge. Pluto is the one that gives or destroys the old and says, make way, make a path for the evolution, for the new, right? Death is the cycle of releasing, because Scorpio mother is giving everything for her children to the extent that the children can eat her. So here we have then the psychology, the reformer, the therapist, the detective, and even the one that's searching or looking in the adventures for the new, because you are ready to reincarnate, because that's the 8th house, is about reincarnation. It's about I let go and I build something completely new out of myself. Your sex organs are, of course, very much your driving force in everything you do. So you're very sexual. And of course, on days like this, we like to eat carbohydrates and are connected to the nervous system. You are the king, in the court card, the King of Cups. And the King of Cups sits in the middle of the ocean. Have a look at this really deep level of emotional, diving further into the love, diving further into understanding what emotions really truly do to us. Between October 13 and November 12, if your birthday is here, you are the classical King of Cups. If not, you can look in the description box below if you have another birth date. So I have already one oracle card and 6 tarot cards laying here. And I want to have one mystical shaman card. So the combination between passion, right, fixed passion and fixed connection, because that's what you are, is telling you to allow yourself to combine the fire and the water elements. Allow yourself to let this serpent, this passionate energy, to bring you to the next phase of your life. It's almost like every month you have a very specific moment. And then, of course, when November comes, you have sun and moon both in your sign. And that's a very special moment. And there you should do a ceremony, right? This is bringing back the ceremonial aspect in our lives is very important. A lot of people, they just don't even, we do celebrate our birthday, but we don't really look into it and say, okay, where's the sun, where's the moon on a day like that? But nevertheless, you have either a new or a full moon. And of course, opposite of Leo is Aquarius. Opposite of Scorpio is Taurus. Taurus also quite an earthly sign, right? Connecting you here, then back to the earth, right? Here's the planet Earth coming out of this card. Good. Okay. The serpent, look at that. The sexual energy, of course. You can see right away that you are asked to open up and see that the serpent, number 46, the number 10, 1 and 0, 4 is the Emperor and 6 is the Lovers. Finding an empowerment in the search for self, and through this Scorpio energy, through passion igniting Scorpio's energy. If Scorpio doesn't have a perfect partner, it's almost like he can get lost or he can get off with his sexual drive. So here you have the sexual energy coming to you, speaking to you. The number 46, let's see what the essence is of this card. The serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. There we go. Now, what's very interesting is the second oracle card that you got is the garden. And that's the number 9, 10. And the serpent is connected with the Garden of Eden, right? The garden comes up. And you can see the garden here is a very controlled garden. You yourself are the house. You yourself are standing here in this garden. And there is an opposition happening where you holding the seed or the fruit. And then at the same time there is the nature around you. And of course the serpent. There is something happening with this card that's speaking to you saying, hey, let go of everything you know. Let go of this controlled relationship, house, everything that the society is bringing to us. We want everything to be in control. Nevertheless, nothing is in control. Everything is spinning, everything is moving, everything is inhale, everything is exhale. And you particularly need to release the head. You need to release the thinking and go deeper down into your desires, into your sexual energies, and because that's what the card is bringing up for you. And immediately the garden is coming up, the garden that says, here you stand, here you creating maybe a garden where your Kundalini, where your sexuality is opening up. Now, the first card that comes up is the 8 of Swords. And here we see an angel sitting in a cage, and if he would look up, he sees that he's not caged in. And I think it's time for you to release things that hold you caged. And Jupiter in Gemini, in the relationship that I spoke about, 4 and 6. And 4 and 6 here, right? 4, the Emperor, finding a power, finding through a ruler the power of self. And of course, since Jupiter is the planet of good luck, you are here asked to let go of being stuck in something that's not making you happy, that's not giving you exactly what you need. This garden, which is beautiful, but at the same time it makes you, I think, a little stuck. So here you release, and you should start looking into the pages, the page of cups, which is here a Pisces, looking out of the cup and speaking to the young generation. Finding the signs, finding the understanding, and you also see these rivers almost leaking out of this cage. And here, of course, this little fish that this young girl is looking at and speaking to. And that's you, right? This is you as a young girl. This is not Pisces. This is all 3 water signs: Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. All pages are not connected to a specific zodiac sign, but to all 3. And so you have to free yourself from this prison in your childhood, something that is holding you, and allowing to become sensitive, allowing to become open, to take in new forms of communications, new ways of speaking, so that you can liberate yourself from something that is attaching you to Capricorn, the devil. And for me, the devil is God Pan. And God Pan is just letting us now enjoy yourself. Of course, he's attaching us as well, because this is Capricorn, the 21st of December. This is the dark night. This is the longest night that we have in the whole year. And in the dark, things can grow. In the dark, we do things that we would never do in the daylight. And so, of course, the dark is here to protect us, but also give us the opportunity to do things that we would normally never do. Now here, the Amnamita muscaria is a mushroom that was used by the shaman to induce hallucinogenics and to see the other side, the other dimension. At the same time, the spider woman, the spider forming a web, a worldwide web of deceiving, of thinking that maybe, and of course here, I don't know if she knows about Amnamita muscaria as a tool for the shaman, but of course this is a poisonous mushroom. We cannot eat it, but the shaman was drying it and using it to get to the other side. And this is where you come in, into the transformation, into the opening. This mushroom was used to open yourself up so that you can really, really let go. And of course, this is what the position does as well, right? This position is saying, go and open yourself up completely. Release, let go, work maybe with the shaman, right? Release the serpent within you. Allow to be free again. Now, underneath the 8 of Swords comes the King of Swords, and that's an Aquarius, a samurai, the personality with the truth, with the sword, releasing, opening you, helping you to free yourself. It's almost like this spirit is speaking to him and saying, come and help me, free me. Now, very interesting, I show you all 3 down here, because in this deck she painted to each king a female king. But she didn't paint to all the queens a male queen. But here she's saying that in Sagittarius, the Temperance card, she's saying the male is landing, the male is exhaling, the male is letting go and helping the female to free herself, to find her star. Now these are both Aquarius. This is a male Aquarius and this is a female Aquarius. And this is Sagittarius. You see that? So you are finding an equilibrium within you between the male part and the female part. The male part wants to fight, the male part wants to survive, the male part sits on the throne, is the King of Cups, right? Here it's the King of Swords, of mind, of thinking. And of course she is saying both of them are equal. You gotta find within you a unification between the male part and the female part. And keep going, and find your truth, fight for your truth, allow to free yourself, allow to open up, so that you can bring yourself into a whole new vibration, into a whole new field where the serpent is saying, yes, use me, use my creativity, use my sexuality to free yourself from the Garden of Eden, a conditioning or programming that made the woman responsible, that made the woman connect with the devil, that made the woman speak with the serpent, because she is that sexual energy that's enticing or that's luring the male into come to me and creating the next generation. It's nothing else than just the sexual ritual that we need to have the next generation, right? Without it, without this sexual energy, there will be no next generation, and the next generation is here. Now you feel trapped somehow in the way you think. You feel trapped with this kind of thinking, and you gotta allow yourself to free yourself from yourself. And it's leading you to the Queen of Pentacles, which is saying this is truly a Capricorn here, that is tempting you, that is coming to you and saying, here I am, tempting you to free yourself, to stand strong, to be financially independent, but also just to realize that this is not something evil. This is being bound by a celestial event, which is that on this day we have the longest night. It's the darkest month, right? This is where we get depressed, this is where we go down, this is cold, and of course that's where then the celebration of Christmas has brought to life the Christmas tree, Saint Nicholas, which is the shaman dressed red. It's the shaman, right? So here we are realizing, okay, you gotta wake up, you gotta step up, and you gotta empower yourself completely. It's time to find your middle path. It's time to find the landing and the flying off, right? So that you can liberate yourself and be fully immersed in standing independent, standing strong, and finding that your sexuality is something powerful, is something beautiful, is something that you don't want to hide and you don't want to be blocked by no story, even if it's the Bible, right? It's time for you to release. It's time for you to come out of this belief that there is anything evil. There's just the feminine and the masculine. And the feminine is, of course, seducing the masculine. But she has to. That's her duty. It's almost like she is there to show him, look at me, right? I am here. I'm waiting for you so that we can have the next generation. And the next generation is here and is wanting to talk in a new way, right? In a new way, there is an understanding, a new understanding happening of becoming centered. And of course, after you comes Sagittarius, so in the next, after your month comes then Sagittarius, this kind of feeling. So it could be in November you gotta really feel something very strong happening within you. An arrival of male and female, an inner male and female energy. A union between fire and water. A union between inhale and exhale. This is the exhale, this is the inhale. A union. A union between man and woman. Right? Strong, independent, self-sufficient. That's really what also this card is saying, right? Using your sexuality in a way that it's bringing you to a very beautiful place. Bringing you to you. Bringing you back to you. Bringing to your desires. And to your own garden, right? So, let's see what the invitation is. The serpent power of the Kundalini is steering within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed the old skin that you have been so attached to and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh experience of your life. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of serpent to transform your central energies into beautiful original manifestations. This sexual energy is awakening within you things that you never thought possible, including speaking to animals, speaking to nature, speaking around, and seeing that you can release thought patterns, that you can release old conditionings, right, that you think are acting upon you in stories, but you liberate yourself, you planting your own garden, and in there you have your own rules, your own life, your own happiness. And of course, then you find here, of course, maybe with a Capricorn, maybe with a Sagittarius and with an Aquarius, something to look forward to, something that you're working on, something that you're enjoying doing, right? This is your new way of living your life free with the sexuality that is also bringing a strong creativity, right? Opening up your garden, seeing here that she is in the garden, she is in that green lush energy, right? That you creating. Wow, beautiful. So I hope I see you in the next reading. The next reading we will have the sun in the Hermit, and of course the moon again then in your sign. Let's see what the cards want to tell you then. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.